How do you become a social media manager in 2021, sell your services to people that want to grow their business with social media and make more money online? Everything about that and my experience as a social media manager in today's video. Hi everyone, I'm Lydia. I am a social media manager and online entrepreneur that takes care of people's online businesses, getting them from 0 followers to having success online, having consistent sales. I help them do that with online marketing on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and online digital marketing strategies for brands. So if you've been wanting to become a social media manager for a while now and just didn't know where to start, then keep watching this video because I will give you my best tips on starting as a social media manager and starting to sell your services online. So the first thing that you need to think of when you want to start as a social media manager is what types of social media accounts do you want to manage, because there are social media managers for Pinterest specifically, and they're called Pinterest VAs or virtual assistants. I have some videos on that if you want to watch them. You can be a social media manager for people's Instagram accounts and specifically take care of the Instagram marketing, or you can be a YouTube manager and also help people with editing videos, editing thumbnails, and all that. Or you can do all of them. It is really important for you to determine which ones do you want to do at first, because then you will know what you need to learn and what you need to do to get started. And after you choose the accounts that you want to manage and the type of social media manager that you want to be, you will need to start learning. Start learning every single thing you can about growing on the platform, about SEO on the platform if it applies. Pinterest, YouTube have SEO. For Instagram, you will need to learn hashtag strategies. For every single one of them, you will need to learn a bit about branding and business branding. So there are a lot of things that you need to learn before you can start as a social media manager. Now, a few resources on learning on each platform, I'm going to leave them in the description below, and I'm going to also list a few here. For growing on Instagram, a few resources are down below. You can choose free tutorials on YouTube. You can choose online courses about growing on Instagram. I'm going to develop one soon, so stay tuned for that. You can join my email list down below if you want to be notified when that goes live, because there will be an online course all about how to sell more on Instagram and how to get your account to the amount of followers and engagement that will actually get people to shop from your Instagram account and not only visit and leave. Now for Pinterest, I've been recommending this ebook and I'm going to keep recommending it. I'm recommending the She Approach to Making Pinterest Possible. It is an ebook that has every single thing that you want to know about Pinterest in it and Tailwind. So how to manage those, how to use those for growth, how to set up a Pinterest business account, and just every single thing that you need to learn about Pinterest is in that ebook. You can get that at the link below, and if you get it, you will also be getting my Pinterest templates for free. So make sure to follow the instructions there to find out how to get my templates for free. And on the sheapproach.com, you can now find the best bundles for business growth, blogging growth, and the She Approach to Making Pinterest Possible itself is in a bundle. So if you want to get it together with another ebook, you can do so at the link below. Now for YouTube, there are a bunch of resources online. I'm going to list a few down below that you can learn how to manage YouTube channels. But one thing that you need to do in order to manage a YouTube channel would be to research the platform and have experience on the platform, because every single content is different on the platform. So you need to learn a bit more for YouTube, in my opinion. But that just really depends on what you want to do by managing somebody's YouTube account. Maybe they won't want you to handle the SEO part, and maybe they will just want you to manage their YouTube account in terms of creating their thumbnails and editing their videos, which are both skills that you can easily learn. Now, there are also two types of social media managers or virtual assistants that help with social media marketing. One is the type that just does what the person says. For example, if I wouldn't have time to manage my social media accounts, I would hire you to help me out with tasks that I will very well define for you. So I will tell you this is what you need to do, exactly every single task, exactly what you have to do. But the second type of social media manager is the one that offers free content to attract the audience, which is exactly what I'm doing with my YouTube videos and blog posts. The second type of social media manager is the one that also comes up with the strategies to grow. So you're going to do the research, you're going to provide the best strategies for the client to grow their accounts and all that. So these are the two types. The first one is more of a virtual assistant, but you can also be called a social media manager because you manage social media accounts. But the job of social media manager also usually implies that you also come up with strategies. This is why I think it is very important to learn everything you can on the platform that you're going to be managing accounts on. The next thing I suggest to do is to start working. Yes, even if you don't have your paid clients yet, that doesn't mean that you cannot start working on your strategies, on getting things together, learning how each platform works from your own experience. Because yes, the strategies that you see online and that you see in YouTube videos and that people share can be so many, but one thing that I'm going to tell you right now, nobody shares everything online because that is just the business strategy. Somebody leave the best content or the most in-depth content for courses or things that can be paid products. And the second thing is that everybody's journey is different. Everybody's strategies are different depending on type of content, depending on the type of audience, the target audience. There are so many things that can differ, and if you don't try and apply the strategies that you've learned to your own account or to your own client's account or just to some accounts to learn how things work by yourself, first of all, that information won't be that implanted in your brain so you can easily manage social media accounts later, but you won't be able to have that unique experience of learning, okay, so this is how hashtags worked for me, this is how SEO worked for me, this is what I need to do now to grow this YouTube account that person didn't mention in that video or in that course. Because trust me, I've watched every single video on YouTube about growing on YouTube, and once I started doing it myself, I've learned so many things that people weren't mentioning, and maybe they weren't mentioning them not because they didn't want me to learn or because they didn't want me to grow, but just because it didn't happen to them. Yes, strategies can be very similar to one another a lot of the times, but not always. So there are unique things that will happen to you when you try to grow your Instagram account, when you try to grow your Pinterest account, and those unique strategies you need to take in and apply to your own clients to grow their social media accounts. Now, another way to work and to start gaining experience is by telling your friends and family to even test out growing their accounts or giving them tips here and there, or you can actually offer these services, paid services, on websites like Fiverr. You can tell people what you're offering there and you can sell those services to them in exchange for a little amount of money until you gain a lot more experience. Now, I have a full video about growing on Fiverr right here, so if you want to check it out and learn a little bit more about selling your services there, you can check that out. Now, once you've been freelancing for a while on Fiverr, or you've been working on your strategies and you find that your services are very well put together and you're ready to make them your paid services, to turn this into your full-time job, it is time to open your website, because the only way that people are going to be led to your services will be by promoting them, and the best way to promote a freelance business is to have your own website for it, in which you can offer people freebies and get them into your email list, send them tips weekly, and then when you have a paid product to advertise or anything else, they are there to listen to you as well. With your own website, you can list your services, every single one, in a different page, give all the information you want, add a portfolio so people can see what you've been working on. You can have your clients contact you in unique ways, such as through contact forms, and you can do so many other things with your own website. So if you want to learn how to start a website, I will be posting a full video soon about hosting and domain names and where to get all of those. But you can also check out the blog post in the description. So a few things that your website should contain are landing pages for every single one of your services. So you can create those uniquely for Instagram management, Pinterest management, YouTube management, if you want to offer all of these. For each landing page, make sure to determine the services exactly. Tell people exactly what the smaller services are. For example, in Instagram marketing, if you're offering monthly management, if you're offering a pack for multiple months, or whatever you're offering for your audience, make sure that you write that very well. Give as many details as you can on each service and determine the price or the price start points. And the next thing, as I said, have an easy way for people to contact you. You can add a contact me form. I teach you how to do that exactly for a WordPress website in this video right here. Contact forms are easier ways for people to contact you and answer your questions before you even have to talk to them, basically. So make sure to watch that video to learn how to do that. And now the next thing that you need to do after you've started your website, you are ready to become a social media manager, a full-time one. And the first thing that you need to do is think about promoting your services, obviously. If you haven't already, share them with your family and friends. And the next thing that you need to do is go on and provide free tutorials on websites like YouTube or on your blog and promote that with Pinterest. Free tutorials and resources online are the best way to attract the audience that you want, because people are searching for a solution to a problem, and you're not only providing that solution, you're providing more than that with your services. So this is a way to attract potential customers. For Pinterest, you need to be creating pins every single day, fresh pins. Pin them and schedule them with Tailwind. If you don't know much about Pinterest and marketing with Pinterest, make sure to watch this playlist right here. Same for YouTube, you can do the exact same thing. You can follow my videos right here, and to learn more about growing on YouTube and how to post your tutorials to be found by more people that will also find your services as well and potentially become your first customer. Now, this is the way I did it with my YouTube channel. I created tutorials, free tutorials on growing online. I also promoted my YouTube videos with Pinterest. And the very first money that I've ever made out of YouTube were not from AdSense or affiliate marketing, were from services, so paid clients, because I promoted to them a solution to their problem, and maybe they didn't want to do that themselves, maybe they needed more help, and this is how I got hired to do those services for them and work with them. And now, if you're wondering how much money can you make as a social media manager, how much money can you make from managing Instagram accounts, YouTube accounts, Pinterest accounts, those amounts differ on what you're asking for and what you're working on, and your type of work and what you want to offer. To manage an Instagram account monthly, for example, you can start out at $200 per month and get to even $1,000 per month if your services are good enough and the client will see actual growth on their account. Same for Pinterest. The Pinterest account setup can start at $300 and go all the way to $900 or even more, depending on the work you're doing and how the client will be helped by that. The faster you can learn in time to do that job, and the better you can then start asking more. But what I suggest as you're starting out, ask for a decent amount that also represents your work. Make sure to take a look at what others are asking, and if you're just starting out, lower your prices a little bit to get more clients and to gain more experience. This is very important, and then you can ask more. Now, I'm not saying ask $50 for a month of Instagram management. That's way less than what I suggest. Also, don't go overboard and ask thousands of dollars for managing an Instagram account or a YouTube account monthly if you're just starting out and you don't have much experience and you cannot bring all the necessary strategies for growth to the client. Now, if you want to learn more about social media managing, about social media marketing in general, and how to grow your freelance or online business, make sure to subscribe to my channel and press the notifications bell to not miss any upload. You can also follow me on Instagram for Instagram Reels and exclusive IGTVs on my income reports and things that I don't share on my YouTube channel. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.